Welcome to my channel. Okay, so my Halloween video is a little bit late. I'm trying to do this unscripted. I feel like I'm a little bit stiff. I come across a little bit stiff when I'm scripted. But I'm not very good at this whole talking without a script thing. So there's an issue there. There's an issue. I guess I should just talk about the artwork. So I got the idea for this Halloween piece just randomly. If you follow my artwork, you probably know that I like to draw my characters in cosplay and in, dressed up, in costume, whatever. So this idea, if you think about it, this should be my favourite thing to do. This should be my favourite time of year, and it is. Like, I love Halloween. But I wanted to draw my 4 main characters from the story/comic that I'm working on. Yes, I'm still working on it. No, don't hold your breath. It'll get there when it gets there, So I decided to draw the 4 main characters in costume, and just whatever the first costume was that came to my head, I was going to draw them in it. And that turned out to be like super easy for the girls, really easy. So for Ruby, she's a red fox, and it just made sense that she was going to be a little red devil. So cute. Put the little horns on her, adorable. Also red's like her colour, so it makes sense. And then for April, yeah, a nun, because it's irony, we get it, we love it. So that was fun. And then the boys were a little bit more difficult. I kind of grew up drawing pretty girls. Girls are so, I don't know, they're just what I grew up drawing. I spent a lot of time drawing girls. I enjoy drawing girls. I had to really work hard and branch out to draw boys. I really wish I was one of these people who could draw flawless boys, such handsome boys, but it took a lot of work. It was effort. So I'm not as used to drawing boys, which means that I'm not as comfortable picking outfits for boys. One leads into the other. So for Damage, it was pretty easy. I thought that he would look cool in a suit, and I thought about what characters I could draw him in a suit. And, Beetlejuice. Black and white stripe, Beetlejuice made so much sense. So that's what we're gonna do. He's Beetlejuice now. Toby was more difficult. So for Toby, initially I was like, okay, so he's like a ginger tabby cat. He's ginger, he's red haired. Let's do like Chucky from Child's Play. And then, yeah, I drew it, I doodled it. Didn't like it though. Something about it just didn't fit. Whether it was the overalls made him look a little bit silly. I tried to go for this idea that they're at a party, that they would be dressed up this way for like a costume party, Halloween party. So it didn't make much sense to me that he would be there in like these short overalls. I don't know. Once I'd drawn it, I was like, no, that's not making sense in my head. I'm gonna have to like redo this whole thing. And so I went away and had to think about it. And I remember seeing these drawings of Jason from Friday the 13th online. I can't remember where I saw them. It could have been Tumblr, it could have been Instagram, somewhere. And I loved the design. So I went out of my way to find whoever designed this specific Jason. And it was Junk Mix Art on Instagram, and I just thought the design was so cute. I thought it was adorable, and Toby's like my sporty boy, or like more muscly boy, stocky, that's what we're gonna go for. So it made sense to me that he would be in like the red shorts and the yellow top, and he would just look adorable because he'd be kind of bulging out of it a little bit. So yeah, that's what we're going for. That was the aesthetic. I did that. So thank you very much to Junk Mix Art for your beautiful character design of Jason, which I borrowed for this piece. My original idea actually nearly was thrown out. So my original idea being to just, I wanted to draw the 4 main characters from my story/comic, and I wanted to draw them in the first costume that I could think of them wearing to a Halloween house party. But then I think it might have been because I was watching Stranger Things at the time. I thought it'd be really funny to dress them up as the like the 4 older teenage characters from Stranger Things. So Steve and Eddie and Nancy and Robin. The problem with that was that it was so easy to tell who was going to be Steve and who was going to be Eddie, but less easy to tell who would be Nancy and who would be Robin. Maybe that's an idea that I'll visit in the future, because I still like it. I still like that idea. I did really enjoy drawing this piece. I enjoyed sketching it and all the little doodles of the costume and their posing and their expressions and things. Much more happy with the second Toby that I did. Don't even want to look back at the first sketch that I did Toby. Ugh. But I think it might be nice to, in the future, possibly draw them in more dynamic posing. They're all a little bit stiff. And even though in my head I was like, okay, so I want them to be stood around possibly at a house party. They don't really look like they're stood at a house party. They kind of look like they're stood posing, which is fine because it still looks cute and they still look great. But I think it might also be nice for them to all be from like a similar genre of costume. So the girls are just really, they're the kind of costumes that you could find anywhere. So you type in Halloween costume for women and it pops up on Google. Boom, you know, a devil, a nun, sorted. But I thought a little bit more deeply about the boys, and that seems a bit unfair. There are so many different female horror characters that I could dress up the girls as, so I feel like I lost out a little bit there, but it's fine, they still look amazing. It's just an idea for next time. I did want to go into more about these characters, where they came from, why I chose them to be in this story, but it just didn't really seem relevant for this video. I think that's something that I'd like to do in another video in the future. So let me know if you want that, because, you know, audience interest and everything. Also, it was totally unintentional that I dressed the orange and the red character in the warmer colours and the darker colour characters in monochrome. With, you know, I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry. They're just little goth babies. I like doing things like this where they're all together. You can see the cast as a whole. Obviously they're not the whole cast, they are just the 4 main characters, but I like that. You can see how they go together. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, this was my Halloween video. Sorry that it's late. Hope you still enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.